sides. Y minus 2 equals 64, add 2, y equals 66. Now, if I plug 66 into this, I have to find, do I get 5? 66 minus 2 is 64. Square root of 64 is 8. I actually do get 5 when I plug 66 in. That's a good answer. Questions on that one? Go, solve this one. Why should I have all the fun? Third root of 8 is 2, and I think we need an extra. There's your so the third root of 8 is 2. Or fourth root or fifth root, or whatever you want. Is it phone 30? No. Zip it up. Keep it put away. You'll live without that thing. I promise. I promise you. Yep. Minus 3. Third root of 2x minus 4, 6. Now we're going to take both sides to the third power, because this is third root, so third power. So 2x minus 4 is 216. Add 4. 2x equals 220. Divide by 2, 110. So now to plug it back in, we need 3 plus the third root of 2 times 110 minus 4, and we just have to make sure that actually gives us 9. And so we have the third root of 220 minus 4, and you can just plug this into your calculator and see if you get 9. 3 plus the third root of, that's 216. 3 plus 6, so we actually do get 9. Now you don't have to write it all out, I'm just asking you to check it. Because if it didn't work, we would write no solution. I'm looking for an answer if this didn't work, and it does. If it didn't, I'm looking for no solution. That's what you need to write. But this one happens to work. Let's try the next one. sometimes we have to rearrange, but on this one, there's no really rearranging we can do. We just have to deal with what we have. We already have the radicals on both sides. And that's what we want. We want the radicals on separate sides. We never want the radicals on the same side. If that happens, then it really gets ugly and it's really hard to solve. This becomes x minus 12. But now on this side, we have two of these. You can't just square them individually. I wish you could. I wish that would work, but it doesn't. You need to FOIL. You can't just square 4 and square the square root of x. You can't do that. There's no distributive property of exponents. So we get first is 16. We get minus 4 and minus 4. That's minus 8 of those. And you can write it out in 2 steps, but it'll be minus 4 and minus 4. That's minus 8. Then when you multiply these two together, you get plus x. The square root of x times the square root of x, those undo each other, and that becomes x. Now, this seems to be happening a lot. We can subtract those, and they both go to 0. I can minus 16, and I get negative 28 equal to negative 8 square root of x. So you guys got so far?
Yeah.
Okay. So then you divide by negative 8. Square root of x. So square root of x is what? 14 over 4, 7 halves. So 3.5. So then square both sides, you get 49 over 4. So what is that? 12.25. If you do it as a decimal, does it work?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. All right. So it works. You can have 49 fourths, 12.25. Make sure you check it. Yeah, that should work. That'll work. This one, I feel, is super easy. Super easy. It doesn't get much easier than this if you remember to add the square root to the other side. If you try to FOIL this, that's going to be a mess. Square root of x plus 2, square root of 2x minus 4. And of course, everything's super easy if you know how to do it. That's not what I mean. I mean, there's just not a whole lot of work required. That's probably what I should have said. If you add this one over and you square both sides, x plus 2 equals 2x minus 4. They both go away. There's no messy foiling to do. Not on this one. So we're going to minus x and add 4. So 6 equals x. X is 6. So they both better be the same thing to get 0. 6 plus 2 is 8. 12 minus 4, that's also 8. That does happen to be 0. So that one is a good answer. So far we've had good answers every time. I hope this is a bad answer. I hope so that we see at least one of them. We'll see. I don't know. I haven't done these yet. Go. Give it a try and see how far you can get. Go ahead. What's that? Oh, yeah, I don't know why it kind of printed small. Yeah, that's just a normal 4. Square both sides. (16 minus 8) square root of x minus 3 plus x minus 3. They cancel. I like that. 2 equals 13 minus 8. Right, because 16 minus 3 is 13. Next, we have to minus 13. That's negative 11 equals negative 8 square root of x minus 3. Divide by negative 8, so 11 eighths equals the square root of x minus 3. Square both sides. Square square both sides on this one. Square 121 over 64 is equal to x minus 3. Let's grab a, I'm going to grab a calculator for this one. Let's get this over here. And we take 121 divided by 64, and I need to add 3 to that. So that's what I get. And you can even, your calculator will turn this to a fraction. 313 over 64, but let's say it's x equals, where'd it go? We probably should use 313 over 64, because we're trying to check to see if this actually works. So if you don't know how your calculator turns it to a fraction, let me know. Well then, oh, that's not it. I wanted the calculator. We take 313 divided by 64 and add 2. We need the square root of that answer. Square root of that answer. And we get that, 2.625. Now the other side better be the same thing. 4 minus the square root of 313 divided by 64 minus something, minus 3. And we get the same thing on both sides. So this one, I was hoping it didn't work, but it does. Now if that didn't work, we would write no solution. I want to keep reminding you of that, no solution. If you have one answer and that one doesn't work, I want you to write no solution. Make sure you're checking those answers. And of course you have the worksheet. And I won't see you till Tuesday. Get Monday off. Looks like I might get Monday off.
No, we don't see you Tuesday. So it's Tuesday.
Oh yeah, I won't see you till Wednesday.